everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here, a very, very warm welcome to you. My name's Emily and I am a knitter, crocheter and very occasional sewer. Today's episode is my usual podcast, so I will be covering any updates that I may have, any finished objects, any works in progress that I've worked on in the last week, any cast-ons and any acquisitions that may have come in. So, before we get stuck in, how are we all today? I hope that you're all doing well, that you've had an absolutely wonderful week so far. I have had a pretty usual week, really. It's not been very exciting. Very busy work-wise. I have had some work from my external client, which I went to pick up on Monday. And I have been working very diligently today. Today is Wednesday. Although you're seeing this Friday, my usual recording day is Wednesday because it's my flexi day. But I have had a lot of work to do this morning. I also had a little bike ride with the ladies as well. I've been getting back into the workouts in the ladies group that I'm in on Zwift. And today was Wednesday's ride was a recovery day. And I was a bit delayed. I was delayed by 3 hours, I think it was. So I ended up joining the later group for the recovery ride. And it ended up being really, really good, actually. It was really nice. Everyone was really chatty. And it ended up being everyone saying, so, same time next week? So I've now acquired a little group of friends on Zwift that we're going to try and do the same time every week for the recovery rides, which is going to be really good. So yeah, really excited. I haven't done the second workout yet. I will have done it by the time you see this video because it was yesterday, Thursday. But as of recording, I haven't actually done it yet. So yes, I do have another bike ride tomorrow. But not Saturday, tomorrow. Oh my goodness, so just getting all over the place. Right. Anyway, let's get started in today's video. The first item of today is my updates. So I actually have two updates for you, and they are two videos that are coming to you this weekend. So this week you are getting 3 videos from me. What a way to start March off, right? It's just, you're welcome if you like the videos, of course. I don't know if you do, but you're welcome if you do. Right, so let's explain what they are. The first one should be no surprise because it is the month-end wrap-up for February. I will be recording that either today being Wednesday or Thursday, Friday. I'm not sure yet in terms of time what I have, but the video itself, so my month-end wrap-up for February, will be available on my channel from 10 a.m. I think I put it as 10 a.m. Yeah, 10 a.m. on Saturday, the 2nd of March. That's 10 a.m. UK time. So that is the first video that's coming. The second video that's coming is my second installment of my Behind the Seams series. So I'm super excited. I really enjoyed the first one. So, well, I enjoyed recording it. I hope you enjoyed watching it. But the second one is due to be recorded this Saturday. So I was waiting to see when the next Cotton Cuts, let me grab it, the next Cotton Cuts puzzle mystery quilt clue was going to be released. And I had a feeling it was the 1st of March, so today technically. And I have opened the little thing now and it does say clue number 2, March the 1st. So it should be with me today. So that means that I should be able to sew it with you on Saturday. That won't be the only thing that I'm working on in my Behind the Seams series, because if you have seen the first episode of Behind the Seams, you will know that what I did was I created a list of what I wanted to do for the day. So there was some crochet in there. I think there was some knitting. In there. There was sewing as well. So it's a jumble of things. It's kind of a day in the life sort of video. I take you along for the whole day and just show you what I'm up to. Well, the whole day until the light fades, because when the light fades, it's really difficult to get a nice looking video, basically. So yes, that is that. And as I say, I will be recording that on Saturday for release on Sunday, the 3rd of March. And that video will be up on my channel around about 2 o'clock in the afternoon UK time. So there you have it, 2 videos coming soon, 2 extra videos coming soon. One tomorrow being Saturday the 2nd at 10 a.m. Yes, just checking. 10 a.m. UK time, that's the monthly wrap up for February. And then the day after, on Sunday the 3rd at around 2 o'clock p.m. will be my 2nd episode of Behind the Scenes. So exciting. Please, I hope you will join me for that. Please do join me for that. Right, now, I'm just going to have a quick sip. Hang on. I do love tea. It's just wonderful. Right, now, the next item on my agenda is finished objects. And unfortunately, I have no finished objects this week for you. I could have tried to have pushed it to finish one of the Toft birds, but I just wasn't feeling it. I have been completely obsessed with other projects, and yeah, it just has a knock-on effect on everything, which is a bit annoying, but there we have it. Maybe I'll put the Toft bird on my list for the weekend. I think I'll do that, yeah. But anyway, no finished objects this week. The next item that I have on my list is works in progress. So, what have I been working on this week? The first item is going to be... Oh wait, no, sorry, my apologies. Rewind. I haven't finished with finished objects. My apologies, I completely forgot. I'm classing this as a finished object. It's not, which is why I forgot about it. But I just looked down and seen it there. Oh, it's going well, isn't it? Right, hang on. So, finished object. A quick rewind. It's technically not a finished object, but I'm classing it as finished object because I didn't know where else to put it. But I have finally frogged my For Fuck's Sake sweater. It is finally frogged. It's very sad news, obviously, because my For Fuck's Sake sweater, I absolutely love it. All this yarn I have hand dyed myself. It isn't yarn that I carry in my shop. It was dyed specifically for this project because I loved the colourways. So I sort of mimicked them a bit. But these have now all been, the entire sweater that I'd done, it was just the body. There were no sleeves, but it was the whole body. It was too big, far too big. So I have now frogged it, and it is now out of my works in progress. I will recast this on at some point, but yeah, it needed frogging. There was nothing else for it. But as I say, I mean, everything is here. All I need to do is cast back on, and I'll cast on in a smaller size, and that'll be fine. It'll be absolutely fine. But I want to also practice a bit of colour work a bit more first. Not that I'm uncomfortable with colour work. I really enjoy doing colour work. I have made 3 Miley sweaters, and they're perfect. They fit amazing. I'm not sure what was wrong with me when I knit this, but I think I did want it oversized, but it was way too oversized. It would not have worked. Put this one back up here. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to casting this back on, but I need to finish my Dartmoor sweater before I cast this on again. And as I say, I need to do a bit more, oh my gosh, colour work. But I'm really annoyed with myself as well because I didn't film any of the frogging process. And I'm really annoyed because Rob kept telling me every time I was frogging one, he was like, why are you not filming this? Why are you not at least doing a short, you know, just to show the process? And I was like, oh, this is why he should be the content creator. He is a genius. But I mean, it's common sense really to do that. But anyway, here is all the yarn. What I did was I pulled the sweater out. Obviously, because it had been sat around for ages, the yarn had memory. So I used, and I've left it, I think it's in here actually. I used the niddy noddies that I bought, that I showed in my acquisitions last week. And this is why I've done it now, because those niddy noddies arrived. And I used the smaller one for the lesser amounts of yarn, and then I used the bigger one for the more amounts of yarn. So there's 2 different sizes of skeins here. So I unravelled it, wound it onto the niddy noddy. It was really, really curly. I don't have anything to show you. It's really annoying, but it was really, really curly. So once I had wound it onto the niddy noddy, so it was all tight and nice, I then tied these little waste yarn on, and I did about 3 ties, kind of did a figure of 8 through the strands of yarn, just so that it wouldn't get tangled or anything like that. I then have some I just don't have anything to hand. I did not prepare. I then have some zip ties that are reusable. I use them for when I'm dyeing yarn, and I would basically then hooked the zip tie through, tied it, and then I took it off the niddy noddy. It was really curly, it was unmanageable, but it was at least tied. It wasn't going to get tangled. So then I soaked the yarn in a little bit of wool wash just to clean it a bit, I suppose. A little bit of wool wash for about 30 minutes, and then I took it out and then I dried it. The kinks were still a bit in there. I don't think I have any way of demonstrating. I mean, this one looks really cute, doesn't it? It's real cute. The kink, though, it hadn't ironed out all the kinks, but it was way better. And then I simply just skeined it up like this once it was dry. So yeah, they can just sit around until I'm ready to cake them up again and actually use them again. But yes, I'm really annoyed that I didn't do the process. I don't think I have anything else that I need to frog anytime soon that I can show you what I did. But if I do in future, I will definitely show you the process, because I should have shown you it with this, but alas, I did not. I'm sorry. But there we are. For fuck's sake is off the needles. A bit sad about that, but it needed to happen, so it's happened. Right, now we are really on to the works in progress, and it will be no surprise to you at all as to what I've been working on mostly this week. Let me grab it. Okay, so the first work in progress that I have worked on this week, where's my needle? Oh, there it is the Sweet Shop blanket. So this is the Sweet Shop blanket. I'm really far from the mic, sorry. This is the Sweet Shop blanket by Laura Penrose, and it's just beautiful. Yes, there are still ends everywhere. I am just getting very lazy with the ends. My apologies, but yes, there we have it. All I've done, I think, this week was I finished off the last Jemima, and then I added in these 3 at the top. So I'm going to do the 4 across the top, and then I'm going to do a down the side, I think. I'm not sure what my plan is yet, but that is where I'm at. I'm absolutely loving this. I think it's obvious that I am, because it is growing really fast. It is knit, holding, fingering weight, double. So it's technically double knit, so that is another reason why it knits up really fast. And it is just such a pleasure to knit. It is absolutely wonderful. I really, really enjoy this project. It's just amazing. The yarn I'm using, so this single colour, the white, if you will, is actually undyed skeins of yarn. It is sock yarn. My apologies, it's been a long day today, all right? Words are failing me and I'm very tired, but we're going to soldier through. Right, so the fibre content is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. It is undyed yarn, and it is from my yarn supplier, because, as I said before, I do hand dye my own yarn, and I just added in an extra bag of 10 when I placed my last order with them. So that is what this colour is. The wonderful dyed yarn, these absolutely gorgeous colours, are actually dyed by the amazing Attic spin dye. I'm just trying to find the label, hang on. No, I don't think I have one. That's really annoying. It's because I'm on the white, isn't it? It's really annoying. But the yarn, wrong side. This wonderful dyed yarn is hand dyed by the amazing Attic spin dye, and it was their Beatrix Potter Club from, I think, 2 years ago. But basically, it was a 12-month subscription club, and each month we got 100 grams of yarn. 10 months were one single 100 gram skein of yarn, and then two of the 12 months were 2 50 gram skeins of yarn. So this is why I thought this blanket would be perfect, because it's going to use each colour, and each colour is going to stand out amazingly. So I'm just really, really pleased with it. But yeah, I absolutely adore it. And yeah, this is Jemima Puddle Duck here. This is Peter Rabbit. Really nice. I think, is this Mrs. Tiggywinkle, or is it this one? Oh no, I think this is Mrs. Tiggywinkle. This one, is this Taylor of Gloucester? think this might be Taylor Gloss. So this is Tom Kitten, and then I think Benjamin Bunny is next to him. Yes, is it? No. Which one's Benjamin? Ah, this one's Benjamin Bunny. There we are, this one's Benjamin Bunny. I don't know them all, obviously, because I'm skipping over a lot. But yeah, I absolutely love it. I love the yarn, and I think it's the most perfect pattern to showcase these colours, and it's going to be the most coziest blanket ever. I'm just so pleased with it, and I cannot wait to actually use it. It's going to be massive though, so I've got a long way to go before it's ready to use. But this has been the main thing that I've been working on. Oh, it's so squishy, it's lovely. But this is, as I said, has been the main thing that I've been working on, and I just really can't put it down. It's wonderful. I will even have it with me. So I've been playing Coral Island. I have moved from Dave the Diver to Coral Island at the minute. I hadn't realised that they actually released Coral Island in its full. Well, saying it's full, they're going to be updating a lot more, but it's absolutely brilliant. I love it. And while I'm in cutscenes and things like that, I have this next to me, and I will just add in a couple of rows and whatnot while I'm playing video games. So it's absolutely brilliant. Oh, I love it so much. It's gorgeous. Right, on to the next item that I've been working on. I don't know why you're there, but let's move you. The next item that I have been working on, which I'm absolutely loving, and I will actually be able to show you the progress on because I have a marker in it. And it's absolutely fascinating to work on, if I'm honest, because I've not done, there's two techniques here that I've not done before, so it's even more exciting. Without further ado, the next item that I have done some work on is the beautiful, oh, it doesn't, it's really curly, but this is the April Snow Wrap by Andreas Ruthman. I've never done one of his patterns before, and honestly, I'm absolutely loving it. It's so clever. Let me move my cup of tea because this is going to go. I've got fibres up my nose. This is not pleasant, but anyway, let's try again. So firstly, I'll show you my marker. So this is where I got to when I showed you last week. And then if I bring that up, you can see there's quite a lot that I've done. I've just been really enjoying it. And what can I tell you about this? It's just fantastic. So if I show you here, it is actually an assigned pooling pattern. So this skein of yarn, which is technically the main colour, is dyed up so that there are specks of colour. The majority of the yarn is this beautiful grey, but then parts of the yarn are dyed up in this lovely sort of brown colour. And basically, whenever we come to one of those colour changes in the pattern, in these sections, we then change the nature of the stitches. So if I bring that up, you can see that this bit here, the whole of it is knitting garter stitch, but this bit here where the colour is actually knitted. And it's really clever the way it's done. I believe it's short rows, but it's so effective. I've never done an assigned pooling project before, but I've been really enjoying it. I think it's so effective and it's gorgeous. And then we get to this next section, which I'm working on now, which is actually using both the main colour and the contrasting colour together. We're no longer knitting where the colour changes, but we are sliding the stitches across the needle each time we change the colour. So we work on, we'll do basically, I don't even know how to explain it. So both my yarns are, whoa, hang on, there we go. Both my yarns are here on this side. There we go. Can I show you that? There we go. So both my yarns are on this side of the needle at the moment. I will then knit, so the next colour that I'll be using is the main colour, because as you can see the contrast colour is here. So I'll then work on the main colour row, which will end up with the main colour on this side. I will then slide the stitches all the way back to this side, and then I'll work another row, but I'll be using the contrast colour. It's really clever. I absolutely love it, but it creates this absolutely beautiful effect here. I'm really struggling to show you because it's quite curly, but it's absolutely gorgeous. I think it's incredible. The yarn I'm using is the wonderful Zakami yarn. Let me, I've got a label here so I can show you. It's the wonderful Zakami yarn. And they basically dyed up kits for this April Snow Wrap by Andreas Ruthven. They dyed up kits for it, and that's what I got. I can't remember the name of the kit or what number option it was, but the colourways are Portable Campfire, which is this main colour here, and the other colour I think is Cinnamon Stone. Let me just double check that. Yeah, it's Cinnamon Stone, which is the lovely contrast colour, which is this colour. It's beautiful. And then if I hold this up, it is in a yarn cozy, but you can kind of see there. So the colour change within it, it's very, very small flecks of it. It's beautiful. And I've been absolutely loving it. It is so much fun to knit up. And I'm actually using non-superwash. I've never used non-superwash before, but I'm quite liking it. My stitches are extremely loose. They always are. But I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm so pleased with it. I'm really pleased with the colour as well. I think it's going to be gorgeous. And I'm really looking forward to getting it longer so that you can get a better idea of how it looks. But it's beautiful. I'm so pleased with it. Wait, hang on, it goes this way. There we go. So I don't know if you can see, but I have actually turned here. So this is now going up in line parallel with this. So I'm sort of knitting it on the bias, if you will. Oh, it's just amazing. I'm in awe. I love it. But I have spoken, I don't know if you remember from last week, but I did mention when I cast it on that I really wanted to take part in a make-along that's happening, but I wasn't quite sure if it would be allowable because it's a shawl make-along. And I'm never quite sure if everybody counts wraps as shawls. I tend to do that because I always get them mixed up whenever I'm talking about them. I'll probably call this a shawl at some point, but it is noted as a wrap. But yes, so I contacted the lady who is running the make-along and asked her if it would be allowable. I wouldn't have minded if she'd have said no. Perfectly fine, because this needed casted on anyway because I bought the kit for it and it's been sitting around for ages. So I probably would have cast something else on. But she did come back to me and she said yes, it is allowable. So I'm so happy. I am working on this as part of the absolutely wonderful Disley Sisters Creations Spring Shawl Make Along. I think that's what it's called. I will have Linda's channel linked below, Disley Sisters Creations. I love her channel, and I will put the hashtag for this make along in there as well, so you can check it out. But I'm so excited. I'm taking part in a make along. It's so exciting, and this is the wonderful wrap. So yes, that is that one. As you can see, those are the only two that I have been working on, and I can't put them down. Frogging my For Fox's Sake took ages, so I've not really done a lot else other than working on those two. I did have good ideas, you know, all best laid plans and all, but I figured I'm not going to cast, kicking everything. I'm not going to cast anything else on. I do have my lovely Honey It's Cold Out socks to work on by the wonderful Anne of Toby Knits, but I just haven't been feeling knitting socks at the minute because I have this in front of me. I cannot put it down. It's ridiculous. Yes. Anyway, on to the acquisitions section, and it's a little bit exciting. It's not quite an acquisition, but it's something that I wanted to show you. Excuse me. Where is my drink? Oh. Hold on a moment. Oh. Tea breaks are so important. But right, okay, acquisitions. It's not really an acquisition, but I am doing terrible today. Please excuse me. Cast-ons, there are none. Oh my goodness, I've completely forgotten how I do my own podcast. You'd think it had been months, but it's only been a week. Anyway, cast-ons, unfortunately, there are none. Well, not unfortunately, it's probably a good thing really. But yes, I haven't cast anything new on this week. I have resisted. Yes, I have resisted. It's good things. Anyway, on to the acquisitions. The acquisition section is a little bit different today because it's not really an acquisition. Let me just move that before I kick it. It's not really an acquisition. It is something that I've had a little while, although technically one of them is an acquisition because I bought it a couple of weeks ago. But I've been inspired and I've started using it, so I'm excited to show you. So I'm classing it in the acquisitions section because it's something new. So I have a massive obsession with notebooks. I love notebooks. They are one of my favourite things. This one's a really old notebook and I think it's beautiful. It's just gorgeous. This is just a lined notebook, so I haven't started using it yet. It is just lined. There is, I think, a pouch in the back. Yeah, there's a pouch in the back. But yeah, I haven't actually started using this one yet, but I just think it's beautiful and I really wanted to show you that I do love notebooks. A really beautiful notebook. This one, however, is new. And I think I got it last week, maybe the week before, because I was inspired. If you have seen, ow, that really hurt. Don't even know what I did. I just twisted my my wrist a bit funny. Anyway, if you have seen my wonderful Sit and Knit with Anne of Toby Knits, you may know where I'm going with this, but she really inspired me when she mentioned about her notebooks and she showed me her knitting journal. I got very excited and I just got inspired because I love a good notebook and I have many sitting around unused, so it's about time I start using them. So this one I did actually buy. It's very cute. It's got a little otter on the front. It's just very, very cute, and I've just pulled some hair out and it's very exciting, isn't it? But yeah, so I got this one, and the reason I got this one is because it is a grid one, a dot grid one. So I wanted a dot grid one because I had ideas, I had plans, and a plain notebook, I could have worked with it. The similar with a lined notebook, I could have worked with it as well, but a dot grid one is even better. So what I have done is I have started a knitting or crafting journal. We're going to go with crafting because it's going to incorporate everything. But before I get too far into showing you what I've done, hello everyone, my apologies, but yes, my footage decided to not finish for the rest of the video, so I didn't want to set everything up again and redo it. So here we are. All I have left to show you is what I have done with the notebook, and also just to explain where the ideas have come from. Also, yes, those are my feet. We are recording in a very odd location, but I figured this was the best way to do this. So this notebook has been inspired by the wonderful Anne of Toby Knits when we had our little chat in the Sit and Knit last week. Had absolute blast, and her notebook really, really inspired me. She also mentioned that she was really inspired by a fellow YouTuber, and since then one of your wonderful selves has commented on that video and let me know who that YouTuber was. So the YouTuber was the lovely Daniela from A Knitter's Suitcase. I've never heard of her channel before, and I am so happy that you commented to let me know of her because I love her channel. It's absolutely fantastic. She will be linked below, so please check that out. And I will try to link her video from the 2024 knitting journal that she's set up, and I thought it was fantastic. So I'm going to start showing you this because I have a lot to do this afternoon and I'm running out of time. So this is a grid notebook. I think I mentioned that already, but if not, there we are. It is a grid notebook, and I have started with something very, very similar to what Anne has done. So I'm starting with March because I didn't want to start partway through a month. It just didn't feel right. So on this side, I have the plans for March, what I want to do in March. Now, this is very loose because the Gideon method actually doesn't work for me. So I'm going to be renaming this. This section I'm going to be using for 6 projects that I want to spend 6 hours of during the month of March. Not a weekly thing and not an order thing. So I can work on whichever one I want as long as I do 6 hours on each of these projects in the month. Perfectly fine, that's what I'm doing. It's not technically the Gideon method, so this heading will change. But they're going to be like paused whips and projects that I've just not touched for ages that just need or something that just needs finishing, like the ribbing doing, for example. So that is that one. And as I say, it's very loose. Cue to cast on. These are going to be anything that I've mentioned in February's wrap up, so I'll note those in there, and also anything else I can think of that I really want to cast on. I also have gift plans because I really want to keep better track of my gift plans because I almost forgot one. So I'm really happy that I remembered. So I need to start writing these down and keeping better track of them. Other crafts, these will be like my sewing projects or my cross stitching, any other crafts, just I'll note them in there, anything that I want to work on. Then I have weekly goals. I'm not sure it's going to be called weekly goals for too long because I've just realised my phone is reflecting. That's not good. But weekly goals, it's probably not going to be called weekly goals for too long. I might just record what I've worked on in that week, or I don't know, something else. I'm not sure if this is going to work for me, but I'm going to try. And I've done it in 4 slots, 4 weeks. It's not really 4 weeks because this last week is the 22nd to the 31st of March, so that's a massive week. But I don't really want to split it any differently, so I'm just going to have the 4. The next page or pages is my actual calendar, so I'm just going to have a calendar in here, and I'm going to try and use this for my YouTube videos. So I'm going to have my schedule noted on here, so when I'm recording, when a video is coming out, things like that. I'm also going to include any make-alongs that I'm taking part in. I'll include dates and stuff like that. I'm just going to try and use it as a crafting calendar, basically. I've got a notes section here as well, just in case, but a bit of washi tape because I fancied it. But there we are, that is that page. So then after the 2 monthly, so the plans section and the calendar, I will then put any projects that I'm either casting on or that I want to have notes on throughout the month of March. So if I show you the example I have here, this is the first one. Now this was cast on in February, but as I said, I didn't want to do February's month because it's only partial month, so I'm happy with that, it's fine. So I'm just noting the cast on date, obviously the name of the pattern, which is April Snow Wrap by Andreas Ruthman, the date I cast it on, the needles I'm using, and the yarn I'm using. And on this page I've just added the yarn bands, so I know the colourways, they are listed there. Oh, that way. They are listed on there, and also I've included this because they are non-superwash, so I wanted the yarn care kept as well. I may do on the next page, I may do the same for the Sweet Shop blanket, just have a couple of the bands. I'm not sure yet. I think the bands I can't include until I've actually finished the blanket, but I'll see how I feel. But that's my ideas for it. So if you have any other ideas, if you do a crafting journal, hang on, I'm going to turn you around. Bear with me a second. Hello everyone. That feels a little better now that I'm actually looking at the camera. It's very odd to me, but yes. Also, excuse the lighting. It's very harsh, not very flattering, but I'm doing what I can at the moment. I am very tired and this video needs editing, so I'm doing what I can. With the crafting journal, if you do your own version of a crafting journal, please let me know below if you have any ideas for what kind of pages you find useful. This is my first time doing it, so I'm very, very new. I don't know what is going to be useful to me. As I said, I'm already looking at it and thinking of some parts that aren't particularly going to be very useful for me. So I will probably change those come April, but if you have any ideas, let me know. Equally, if you know of any other YouTubers similar to Daniela of A Knitter's Suitcase who do their own crafting journal, let me know below as well, because obviously any inspiration is welcome. So yeah, I'm super excited. I'm really excited to see how I get on with it. Things like that don't usually work for me, but I'm hoping this will because yeah, it looks good. It looks nice, and it's a nice way to keep track of the projects. And just it'll be interesting to look back in a couple of years maybe at older journals and see how I've got on and things like that. I'm just very curious to see how I get on. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you so much for putting up with this last bit of footage, and again my apologies for the disruption and the weirdness of the end of this video, but I will, yeah, that it is what it is, unfortunately. So thank you so much for sticking with me through it. I hope you have an absolutely amazing rest of the day. Thank you so much for watching. As always, it means the absolute world to me, and I hope you have an absolutely fantastic weekend, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.